I would now like to invite Obro to the podcast for to discuss the Liverpool game against Leicester City. Welcome, Obro. How are you doing?
Yeah, hi, Manan. Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Bro, Liverpool showed why they are still the best team in the country, didn't they? What a wonderful performance, despite they are being ravished by injuries. What a performance! Because Leicester are not an easy side to beat, but they put on a show for the fans back home. What were your thoughts on the game, Bro?
Yes, absolutely. It was like a statement win, right? Like the one we had last year against Manchester United, right? The 2-0 win at Anfield,
Right,
where that was the match when that belief came in as that, yes, we are going to win the title, right?
right,
So this was like a statement win, especially against a side like Leicester, who at least during the international break were the top of the table. Right? And
right.
they have done so well. They won at Arsenal, at City, right?
Correct.
And they were having a good run of form. And also, given the fact how the injury condition of our team is, right? It's almost like a 70% of the first team is injured.
Right,
So, given all of that, it was really a statement win, and it was making everyone sit up and take note that we are still the champions. So that was necessary, and even if you see even the last few matches that Liverpool had won, it was not really that free flowing football, right? It was not couple of matches were not that convincing as well, though we won.
hmm,
So I think this was the one where they really lay down that mark for the other teams to sit up and take note.
right. Right. And while we've been talking about VAR incidents, official incidents, I spoke to Supreet about this as well. I spoke to Sushant about this as well. There was another handball incident at the very beginning of the game. Do you think Leicester should have had a penalty? Vardy's ball struck Matip's hand in the box. Do you think that was a penalty, or again, it was too close to call,
Yeah,
or the officials got it right?
right. I don't think so. It was a penalty, right? So even the commentators mentioned that if this was like 2 or 3 months back, this would have been awarded a penalty, right? But they changed the rules, right? So
Right.
yeah, I mean that's what. So if it was couple of months back, most probably it would have been awarded a penalty. But now, no. I mean, it was a natural shot, natural movement of the hand. I mean, you really can't. Otherwise, you'll have to tie your hands, right, behind
Right.
your back while playing. I mean, it was a hard hit shot, and you really don't have that reaction time to think and move your hand away, right? It's a natural way how your body reacts while playing. Right? So
Right.
I don't think it was a penalty, and even Leicester also. I mean, they obviously did complain, but it was not so much, right?
Hmm.
So I think it was quite fair.
Right, right. Uh, Coming to the goal scorers, I mean, who would have thought that Diogo Jota would turn out to be such a brilliant signing? He's absolutely tearing it up, isn't he? And I mean, good thing is for you guys, obviously, it's that while Firmino is also back on the score sheet, it would have done wonders for his confidence. But once Mo Salah is back from his quarantine, do you think Jota will end up replacing Firmino in the lineup, or the four of them can coexist like they did against Man City? How do you think Klopp will play this one out? Because clearly Jota is in the form of his life, and
Yeah.
Firmino is someone who is quite close to him as well. So how do you think this one will play out?
Right. So, yeah, I mean, it's a good problem to have, definitely.
Yeah.
Given what is happening in our defense, at least to have the all the frontline players firing is a good situation. So
Hmm.
before I come to your question rather. So first of all, yeah, I mean that's again a great signing in Diogo Jota. As you mentioned, who would have thought, right? I mean, it
Right.
was the same situation with Mane, who was thought of like in their previous clubs, who were thought of like, yeah, they are talented, they are good but inconsistent. But whenever you put into this system the team, it is, I think it's more about the system, how you train, how what is the ethos of the team, how the bonding of the players and all of that plays a part in it, getting the best out of a player, right? I think the same is happening with Diogo Jota, and hopefully keeps on improving. Coming
Hmm.
to Firmino again, right? So after many matches, I think we saw Firmino of the old, right? So where he was tracking back, winning the ball, linking the play. I think
Right.
that's what. So even more than the goal scored, I was really happy to see that happening. You could see the hunger in his game back, right?
Hmm.
Diogo Jota is also pushing that him a little bit more to that to bring in that competition. So I think that obviously is very important. So once coming to a question, once Salah comes in, right? So which is I think he's going to play the Champions League match. Uh, Obviously, in the last match we saw all four of them playing together, right?
Right.
So I think Klopp will rotate. In some matches, he will definitely play all the four team given the situation of the match, and I think there will be these tactical changes where one of them will be rested given the barrage of matches that we have this season. So it obviously gives Klopp the flexibility, right, to have an attacker who could be put into the team in contrast to what we had previous season in terms of Divock Origi, right?
Right.
Who was the backup attacker, right? So not to undermine him, obviously he is the cult hero of Liverpool, right? So, but yeah, I mean, it gives Klopp the flexibility. I think in some matches we will see all four of them playing together more in a 4-2-3-1 kind of a model where Salah is up front and Firmino a little withdrawn and Jota and Mane on the two wings. And in some cases, maybe three of them playing with the combination, because the advantage of Jota and also Mane is they can play on both the wings, right?
Right.
Salah usually plays either on the right or front. He does not prefer so much on the left wing, but Jota and Mane can play both, right? So I think that is
Hmm.
an advantage where Klopp can, depending on the situation, depending on the conditions, they can rotate and take that liberty, depending on the situation of the match.
Right. Right. And Liverpool did lay down the marker. You like you said, it was a statement win against a very high quality side. Obviously, last season Liverpool were runaway champions. No one could get close to them. Do you think this time around it'll be? I mean, obviously we are 9 games into the season, so
Hmm.
making any predictions is a little far fetched at this point. But do you think Liverpool will run away with the title once again, or will other teams stand up and make themselves count? And if it's the latter, who do you think is the biggest threat for Liverpool to the title this season?
So I don't think Liverpool will run away with the title, right? Like last season, I don't think that is going to happen, given
Hmm.
how crazy this season is, right? So many matches,
Right.
such injury. I mean, we are playing with two of our center backs, two of our
Yeah.
two. I mean, 50% of our backline, right? And
Right.
given how injury prone Matip is, you never know when he goes off,
Yeah.
right? And hopefully that doesn't happen. And same with Alison Baker. I mean, I can't state more how important he is to the entire Liverpool team, right? So, but I don't think it will. I mean, obviously Liverpool will be there till the end, and hopefully they go the distance, right? But it
Right.
definitely will not be a runaway win like last season. Uh, there
Hmm.
will be many. I mean, at least quite a few team. I mean, this time really like see really Tottenham really playing well, right? And they have
Yeah.
uh, they look like the team, right? So everything clicking.
Indeed.
Jose being in his own form, right? Like the old Jose,
Yeah.
with all the tactical changes, bringing Kane back a little, right? More the creator position that has been a revelation, right? The how Kane
Indeed.
is playing, and Kane and Son combining. I'm sure we're going to see more of Gareth Bale also coming in as the season progresses. Did a
Right.
good buy in Region. That has been a really fantastic buy for them. So they are looking like a good team. So, and I think being Jose, if it was any other manager, then probably you could have uh, discounted that him having that winning experience and that winning mentality. I'm sure, and he knows that it probably will be the season for him where he can really push for the title in Spurs. If it doesn't happen this season, you never know, right? Kane might look for some other pastures, right? So you never know that, right? So I think he
Right.
will really give a push this season. City, it has been a really strange for them, right? I mean, I think they are like 12th or 13th in the league.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's incredible.
yeah, it's really incredible. I mean, what has happened to them? And I mean, I think they really can't play without Aguero. I think he is the vital clog, without whom they are just not clicking. I mean, Gabriel Jesus is there, but somehow they are just not clicking without Aguero.
Yeah,
And I think there is too much pressure on Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, he's supposed to do everything.
indeed.
So City, I don't know. And Guardiola obviously looks a little frustrated. I think he's targeting more the Champions League. I think he's obsessed with the Champions League now. So
Yeah.
I think he will give a push there more. Chelsea, of course, they have a fantastic team, Chelsea, but I still think, I mean, obviously they will challenge. They will challenge for the top four, but maybe to push for the title, maybe this team needs to gel. Maybe another year, maybe next year or the year after, right? I mean, that's my
Hmm.
personal thought.
Yeah.
And Leicester, again, I think we saw what happened last year, right? They lost the steam.
Right.
So, I'm sure they are going to give that fight, but how much they can continue, is something there to be seen. I think, I mean, that's my honest opinion of all the teams who are around the top four, right? So, yeah, I think that's my prediction. I mean, it can be. I think the one giving us the most fight seems to be Spurs at the moment, but yeah, never discount
Right.
Chelsea and City.
Yeah, I don't think Sushant and Supreet will appreciate too much that you ignored Manchester United and Arsenal, but I think that would be a fair assumption to make at this point. Thank you so much, Obro. It was fun talking to you.